What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the two trades that I took today. It's Money Monday, but I could have traded a lot better, to be honest. So I'm hoping that by sharing my self-analysis with you guys, sharing the mistakes that I made today, will help you make better trading decisions going forward. So if you're new to the feed, if you're new to the channel, like I said, welcome. My name's Austin Silver. If you don't know me already, hit the red subscribe button below me, join the family, join the team. That way you don't miss any of the trading videos that we're constantly putting out every day the month of December for you and the rest of the trading community. So before we get into the video today, I want to share with you guys, it's been a very productive day. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I was up really early looking for trades, and that also allowed me to be productive as we were waiting for the trades to develop. I was really focused today on working on the divergence course. I got a lot more done than I thought I was, which is good because it puts me ahead of schedule to get this thing filmed and get it out to you guys. We're looking at the first few weeks of January as far as a release date for the divergence course and a release date for the seminar in Tampa for the tickets to that event. So if you're thinking about joining us in March in Tampa for our second ASFX seminar, you're going to hear more about that after the new year. And if you're interested in the divergence course, that's going to be coming to you guys as well after the new year, quickly after the new year. So here today, let's flip to the chart now and talk about the two trades. Euro GBP was the trade that, as you can see, I only pulled it for a 2-pip profit. This was the trade that I definitely could have done better on. So if we look at the markups here, the idea was at 2:45 in the morning, because like I said, I was up really early. The break of the 50 EMA here signaled to me that we might be changing bias, that we might be changing direction. Even with the move down overnight, I was anticipating that the break of the 50 could signal at least a retest of the 200, which is the white line here. So the risk reward with a stop at the low here would have been about a 20 pip stop here, trading it to the 200 EMA, a little bit over 1R. Because this would have taken you up about 30 pips. However, if you would have taken this trade and held in throughout the day, as I think you would have to when trading counter trend like this, you could have gotten about 2R out of this trade because it goes up about 40 pips from the entry point here. Let me show you. Yeah, about 40 pips from the entry point there. So that's 2R. So if you're trading counter trend, this is a trade where I think you got to hold in and see if you can get first to the 200 EMA and past that, at least that 2R risk reward, which this does. Now, for me, I pulled up the P&L and I'll show you again. You can see I only pulled 2 pips off this trade. So I didn't trade it really well at all. I had the right direction. I had a good entry. My price was at 28. This is marked at 25. Very, very close here. I had a good entry. I had the right stop. I just pulled the trade way too early. Part of the reason I think might have been because I was awake earlier than normal, so I was kind of sleepy. And another reason, the main reason I yanked myself out of the trade was I didn't call the trade in our VIP chat because it's a counter trend trade. It's what we would call a D2 trade. That's going to be in the course. So these counter trend trades are less probable. And I didn't want to start the week of trade calls for everybody in our VIP with a counter trend D2 trade on a slow pair like Euro GBP. So I took the trade myself, and then because I didn't have that accountability, because I really don't like doing that, I like to call all of my trades, I yanked it. And I took the 2 pips and I was like, look, bro, you didn't act the right way. If I wanted to take this trade, I should have called it out and let everybody know that I was in it. We watched it, and it was an idea, but it could have been better. There are better trading ideas. Now, that'll change that's a good transition to change us over to GBP USD. So you can see I had 2 different entries. This entry at 48 was closed in 2 different positions, and then I had the entry here at 133.45. Both positions worked out really well for me. So let me show you the GBP USD markup. So we were long biased here because of the move up yesterday. The higher time frames are also long biased. And when we pulled back and did not break the 200 EMA, which is this white line here, that signaled to me that we could look for longs here off that significant level. Keeping the higher time frame trend, we could use divergence, we could use our systems to go to the lower time frames and possibly find better risk reward setups and possibly get involved. And that's what we did here today. So if we take it to the 1 minute, I'm going to show you the divergence that set in. If you take a look at it, took a really long time, which made me really confident. RSI set its low back at 245, and like I said, because I was awake, I was just watching this, watching that rising RSI, watching this falling price action here, knowing that this pair is more long bias than short bias. So once we got back above the 50 EMA, that's when I was pretty confident because I liked the risk reward to take the trade and see if we could see it at least touch the 800 EMA on the 1 minute here. And as you can see, that's actually where it went too perfectly. So that was my first take profit idea. And the reason I closed the trade there is because then what we did was we built divergence on top. The divergence tells us that market conditions are changing. Write that down. That's going to be in the course. I'm giving you guys a lot of information here in these December videos, honestly, just because I don't have enough time to trade, make the course, work on the course, and come up with a different concept for the video. So I'm just giving them all I got. So you can see I was trading bottom divergence to top divergence in the direction of the higher time frame of the overall trend. And that's why I was able to make money long here. This still worked out to be a really nice risk reward trade. It went up 35 pips with only a 19, 20 pip stop. So still over 1R. And the fact that we were trading, if you look at the 15 minute, underneath the 50 EMA, we were off the 200, but we were underneath the 50. You guys have seen, I love these trades when they're off the 50 and going higher, not underneath them like this. This is still an idea, but we know that it could slow down here at that 50 EMA, and that's exactly what it does. And look what it did the rest of the day. Sideways. So the divergence that built here told us that market conditions were changing. It told us that it wasn't going to keep dropping. It was either going to chop, which is basically what it did, or move higher. But because this pair has a lot of volume right now, it's got a lot of volatility, you're able to make money here on that 35 pip rip if you can find good risk reward like I did with a 19, 20 pip stop loss. On top of that, we had a couple of guys this morning long CAD CHF. They made money here, about 15 pips on the breakout for a new high of day. That was at 2 o'clock in the morning as well. We had a couple people short Euro CAD this morning as well, 2 o'clock. Excuse me, burping up my salad. 2 o'clock here, 35 pips on that move. I don't think anybody got it all the way to the bottom, but it was a really nice rip. Look at the EMAs, look at the TDI, and then even here, using divergence, look at the bottom. See how price action is falling? But here the RSI is rising. That tells you that this is the bottom. Something is going to change. It doesn't have to reverse all the way to the 800 like this did. It could come to the 50 and then come lower. But this divergence on the bottom tells you to get out of any short positions down here. So we had Euro CAD a mover, CAD CHF. I know we were watching ACHF, but nothing presented here. And then a lot of guys also traded Euro JPY. Here, I'm going to erase this. You don't need that. Euro JPY off the 50 EMA. Look at this. I told them higher time frames looked beautiful. They just need to give it time. 4R almost on this. This was an 8 or 9 pip stop, and it goes, I mean, if you go all the way to the top, it's over 4R, almost 5R. It goes 37, 38 pips with an 8 or 9 pip stop. Just off the 50 EMA. Higher time frames told us to be long biased. They found divergence on the shorter time frame, and there's the entry. You hold it all day. This could keep moving into Tuesday, so we'll keep an eye on this for sure. But you guys see, Money Monday was great to us. I could have traded a lot better. Still ended blue, almost a 2% gain for me today, so really happy with that. But as far as like learning from every single day, which is something that I'm a big believer in, I could have done a lot better on Euro GBP. GBP USD, I pulled it really well. Trading divergence to divergence, that's fine. I think that was a B setup and I traded it well. The Euro GBP, we'll touch back on this. Look at the P&L one more time. The 2 pip winner here, I was in at 28, out at 30. If I was in at 28, the most I could have gotten out of this was 35 pips with only a 20 pip risk. So still good R, especially being counter trend. I would have been happy to take this at the 200. And when I saw it got up there, I was like, damn, man, I had that. I should have held my nuts and I should have done better. So now hold me accountable, guys, going forward, going into the rest of this week. Make sure I don't make these same mistakes. And if anything, just take my mistakes and apply them into your own trading so that you don't make them. Learn from this video, if anything. If you decide to click the button and take the trade, put the money in, do not pull that trade early like I did. Hold your nuts. If you think there's good risk reward there, take the trade, play it out. Stop loss, take profit, whatever it is, or an exit signal, whatever it is, hold it out. Do not close early like I did. It's just bitch made. That's what it is. And I'm calling myself that because I know I can do better and I want to do better. But again, I pat myself on the back at the same time because GBP USD was a great call, called it in the VIP, called it in the free chat, and traded it really well top to bottom and then got out before it chopped. So a really good Money Monday, honestly. Take a little lesson on Euro GBP, hit a good trade on GU, so we're happy with the start of our week. So it's December 16th. We're going to keep pushing all the way through to December 25th with daily videos. I hope they're bringing you guys value. If there's anything you need me to cover specifically for you, just drop a comment, hit me up on email, just anywhere you can get me. I'm more than happy to do that for you guys. And like I said, keep your eyes open. Divergence course and seminar tickets coming out at the start of the year. So keep your eyes open for that. I'm going to keep dropping little hints here on YouTube to the YouTube family because I appreciate you guys the most. Do me a favor, last thing, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up so we can reach more traders. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's trading video.